no time to waste. We're diving right into it. Gen 2, baby, let's go. Normal types. So, we have quite a few options for normal type. We have our Sentret line, we have the Hoot Hoot, we have poor little Igglybuff. Apom, not even its evolution. Girafarig, which didn't see love until later. Dunsparce, get out of here. I don't know how many Dunsparce fans we have, but I'll tell you who's not making the cut. Teddy Ursa and Ursaring, let's go. Oh, and Porygon Z. Okay. Oh, and Smeargle. I kind of skipped Stantler there, but I might pick Miltank out of spite. Oh, and then there's Blissey. I mean, Blissey's pretty badass. So looking at these, Noctowl, I completely skipped over Noctowl. I do like Blissey a lot. I think Blissey was a great final form. Ursaring's pretty cool. I love the bear Pokemon. Miltank's a son of a bitch. Miltank humbled me so many times. Every time I thought I'd start Gen 2 over and stomp Miltank, I was reminded. Miltank is no freaking joke, man. But I don't know. I might dwindle it down between these two, Miltank or Blissey. I think I gotta go Miltank, only because it fucking taught me to just remember that I was not the very best at the time. Miltank, it's a humbling Pokemon. I gotta give it the love and attention. Alright, let's move on to Fire. Whew, Lord of Mercy. Oh, these are hard choices. Can I just say that I freaking love Typhlosion? Still one of the coolest Fire type. Magcargo, we're gonna eliminate. I don't care. I'm sorry. Houndour and Houndoom, you guys might be taking this cake for me. I love Entei. Entei had a whole freaking movie. Entei is Papa to a lot of people. Some weird individuals, but a lot of people regardless. And then there's Ho-Oh, which I want to just say real quick. Ash is getting his final episode soon. It's going to be airing. I think it's either in this month or it's in May. I can't remember. But I want to just call out that it's called The Rainbow and the Pokemon Champion or something along those lines. But can we call back to episode 1 where Ash saw the Ho-Oh? Long before Gen 2 was even really a concept. Episode 1, Ash leaves with his Pikachu and he sees Ho-Oh. And then the final episode is called The Rainbow and the Pokemon Champion. I gotta say, Ho-Oh is one of the coolest Pokemon. Probably among the most sacred, right? Talk about full circle. I don't know how many were there for that first episode. How many of you guys were 6 years old, maybe 5 at the time? Younger, perhaps? But if I have to pick out of these, I don't know. I really, really love Houndour or Houndoom. And I'm pretty sure Josh kicked my ass when we were in our Heart Gold Soul Silver days with the Houndoom. I think this Pokemon taught me a lot of things. I think I'm going to go Houndoom. The only thing that scares me is I don't know what's in our Dark category later. So it might also be my favorite Dark from this gen, but we'll find out. We'll cross that bridge. Josh knows. Among Josh and Whitney, there was a lot of humbling happening in Gen 2. I didn't even know about EVs and IVs until Josh showed me the light. Fuck, did we get to Water type? How do I not pick for Alligator? How do I not pick for Alligator in this? Oh, I love Azumarill though. Even to today's date, Azumarill is one of the best Pokemon. In Scarlet and Violet, Azumarill is arguably my best Pokemon on my team. It can just like take so many goddamn Terra raids. This thing is a beast. I mean, it's Water and Fairy now. It's got huge power. Throw that ability shield on it, you're not losing huge power. Ugh. Now, if I only look at Gen 2 and I don't think about those things, I think Feraligatr wins over those two. Politoed, I do like it, but not going to trump it. I do want to call out Wooper. Wooper had some love in that TikTok forum, or the comment section. Wooper was seeing some love. And when I clarified on the comment, they specified OG Wooper. What is it? Jotonian Wooper, I guess, is what it would be called. Slow King is a cool one. Don't really care about our options here. I do really love Kingdra though. I might save that for Dragon. And again, I'm trying to avoid legendaries because I feel based if I'm picking legendaries. Suicune's pretty sick. Is Suicune also ice? Is it water and ice, or is it just water? I see it as an ice Pokemon, but I don't know. I'm either going for Alligator or going Azumarill. If I were to try to avoid starters, I'd go Azumarill on this. And for the sake of only getting Azumarill really in this category, I think it's going to take it. I'm sorry, Josh. I know we both love for Alligator, but a freaking Azumarill, man. It's so viable. All right, grass type. It's not that I dislike magnesium, but it was not my favorite out of those three. There's probably only one time out of any time I played Gen 2 that I've played with Meganium. Not my favorite. Do we have any Meganium stands? Anybody that would have picked Meganium? This song's a vibe, though. Alright, my favorite grass from Gen 2. I freaking love Bellossom. Oh, how do I not pick Celebi, though? What the fuck? Well, Celebi's so cool. Is Celebi only a grass type? Am I gonna see? No, it's also psychic. It's also legendary, though. We might hold off on Celebi. I don't want to be picking legendaries in these categories. I freaking love Bellossom. Bellossom is freaking beef, and it hits hard. I'm pretty sure Bellossom is fast and hits hard. I remember it being a favorite of mine within Gen 2. I'm going Bellossom. Would have been your pick. Nice. Can we skip this choice? Yuck. All right, moving along. Electric. All right, so I love the Mareep and Ampharos line. Those are some of the coolest to today's date. Also, I love that Mega. Was it Mega Ampharos? Was Dragon, right? That was really cool. Elekid is sick, though. I like Elekid. And also Raikou, I think is how you pronounce it. Raikou, I think. Gotta love him. I love all three of those dogs, but shit, if I'm picking one, it's gonna be Ampharos. Let's keep it moving, shall we? It's gotta be Ampharos. I'm not picking one of the baby forms. I'm sure there's a lot of the baby stands in the audience, but again, I'm more thinking in the lines of battle savvy. Who are my favorite? Who would I have on a team? Moving along, ice type. We did not have a whole lot of ice in Gen 2. All right, so we had Sneasel. I would rather have Weavile, so I might not pick Sneasel. Pile of Swine. Pile of Swine. Pile of Swine. Pile of Swine. We have Delibird, who just recently got some love with the futuristic form. And then we have Smoochum. How do I pick out of this group? These are the only options I have for Gen 2 Ice? Shit, I don't have a Weavile to choose from, so I feel like I'm biased and not wanting to pick Sneasel. I don't really care for Pile of Swine. I'd much rather have Mamoswine. Delibird, maybe? Literally Santa Claus of the Pokemon universe. And then Smoochum? Do I have to go Delibird? He says skip. I guess we're going Delibird? Ampharos is a good choice. Sneasel, you'd pick Sneasel? Sneasel is cool. I like that it has that dark type, but I would much rather have Weavile. Honestly, Delibird would never make the cut if these weren't the options. So let's give Delibird the time of day. It wouldn't be on a battle team for me. And again, Sneasel would, but it would be a Weavile. So I'm like, let's just give Delibird the time of day. I like the future form. So if anything, we're going to lean towards Delibird. Fighting. We only have 3 fighting. Fuck, Heracross is so cool. Heracross is one of my favorites. These are like, we got a child form, the baby, and then we have Hitmon on top, which it really was cool in Gen 2, but this motherfucker used Detect every turn. That was what this thing was known for, Detect. I don't know if it was my favorite. I'd probably go Heracross. Out of these 3, now of course, I don't know what other bug options we're gonna get. Heracross might be my favorite bug as well, but we'll see. Let's go Heracross, keep it moving. Poison. Ugh, we already know. I already said it. To this day, Crobat is one of my favorite poison-type Pokemon. Crobat has made the cut on my team so many times. It is amazing. Crobat was one of the first Pokemon that I had a shiny of that was just random odds in a game. I got a shiny Zubat. Heracross 100% so I can get Caesar in the bug type. You're right. I haven't got there yet, but you're probably right. Let's pick the ground type. All right, so we got Wooper. We've got Glysaur. Not even the final form. Okay, first and foremost, though, Steelix is fucking sick. I gotta call out Matt Wiggs, Adolphs. He taught me that Steelix is not to be effed with. Just like Josh humbled me in the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era, so did Wiggs. And Wiggs had a Steelix. Wiggs had that like curse Steelix where everything was slow. Steelix does not fuck around. Like if built the right way, that Pokemon will destroy. I also love Donphan. Josh, Donphan. I'm pretty sure you showed me the light. That Ice Fang, though? Clutch. Where the heck is my... Oh, Tyranitar is not grounds. It's just his first few forms. I do love Larvitar. I don't know if I'd pick a Larvitar first form. Between these, I'd either go Larvitar, Donphan, or Steelix, and that's hard. I would absolutely pick Tyranitar at some point, but he's going to be in Rock and Dark, so we can't go to Tyranitar. I don't know. I'd either pick Donphan or I'd pick Steelix. I really like the Steelix because Wigs had showed me the light, but I used Donphan myself, and Donphan saw the time of day recently as well, so I think I'm going to go Donphan. I'm going to go the Donphan. All right, let's look at the flying type. So we already got Crowbar. We already got Crowbar. We got Crobat, so we can't pick him. Skarmory. I think I'm sold. I'm not going to look any further. Out of all these, I'm pretty sold on Skarmory. I love my legendary birds. Do not get me wrong. These are probably the best out of this category, but we're not looking at legendaries. We're looking at specifically just the flying types. We'll save these two to fight over. Skarmory. Skarmory is an amazing flying steel. It's really good in battles. Shout out Matt Sims. You're the one that used this against me and beat me so many times with that goddamn stall hurricane bullshit. All right, moving along. Holy crap. No, none of the missing no are going to make it, but we do have all the letters available, A through Z. In case anybody didn't know, this is a Pokemon that literally represents the alphabet. They're hieroglyphics. They did come in Gen 2, and, you know, they really haven't seen a whole lot of love since Gen 2. Oh, how can I not go Espeon on this? I'm not even going to second guess this. My favorite is Espeon, hands down. I love Celebi. I love Lugia. They're not my psychic go-tos. Espeon might even be my favorite evolution, but we're going to go Espeon. Bug type. No, it's got to be Scizor. Josh, you're right. This shit's not even a fight. All these Pokemon can just stuff it. Shuckle! Can I pause real quick and say that Shuckle, out of all Pokemon, was seeing a shit ton of love. And I've always said you don't fuck with Shuckle. It's clearly a favorite in that TikTok forum. Like, Shuckle had seen some love. And I do want to call out real quick, if anybody didn't know this, go look this up. I'm not making it up. Shuckle, I think to this day, has the highest base stats for defense and special defense. They're off the charts. It's freaking tanky as hell. It can't do anything. It's tanky as hell. You can do some things with that, like skill swap, but it's not really battle worthy. That thing can take freaking hits. He just has no HP, yeah. But the base stats for defenses, can we just say, to this day, I think he might be the strongest defense and special defense wise base stat. Could be wrong nowadays, considering we're over 1,000, but it's got to be in the top 5 now. It's got to be. They're Gnarls Barkley, yes. We're not going any other Pokemon than Scizor. If you want to fight about it, DM me. Next up, Rock type. So, fuck. See, I love Tyranitar, but I might want to hold off for the Dark. I don't think I'm going to hold off for the Dark. I think if we're looking at these Rock types, no one's taking this. No one's going to beat Tyranitar in this category. Sudowoodo? Get your tree-blocking son of a bitch out of my way. Not today, Tyranitar. Next. Alright, I guess our favorite ghost type is Mischievous. If anybody wants to argue this, again, DMs are open. My favorite dragon, did you guys know, was Kingdra. I love it. Arguably, it probably would have been my favorite if there were other options. I'm glad we didn't pick Kingdra for my favorite water. Alright, now I have to fight. Oh, no I don't. We know who the favorite dark type is. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, this is true. If you told me to just pick out of this handful for the dark types, I'm sorry Josh, I love these two, but this is who I think of when it comes to dark. Like, this motherfucker, tanky as hell. You got that Moonlight to be healing. This can do Curse. Umbreon is a beast. Umbreon is not to be messed with. Also the shiny, amazing. Umbreon, it's gotta win. It's gotta win. Alright, Steel. Finally, we have Steel type. Steel actually came through in Gen 1, or Gen 2. It didn't really exist in Gen 1, but... well, shit, I guess I got Steelix again. I don't feel bad for not picking Steelix earlier. Let's go, baby! And I wouldn't pick these two because I already picked them. Steelix sees some love. I'm sorry, Fortress. You're not getting the vote here. Limited options indeed. Indeed. Fairy. Alright, it would have been a Azumarill. It would have, but Toga Kiss would be my choice if I had it. If I had one! But shit, I'm not going to pick Azumarill because we already did. I don't care for Granbull at all. It would have to be Togekiss, but Togepi and Togetic. So this is the first form that I'm gonna pick a baby over a second form. I just don't care. Out of the three, I love Togekiss the most. It's the flying and fairy. It is really, really good, especially Serene Grace, the ability. But I'm leaning towards this line. I gotta go Togepi. Togepi saw a lot of love in the TV show. It was the first egg we were ever introduced to. Misty had it. It was a core Pokemon for sure. I didn't think a baby would make any of the cut for me, but you know, out of the options, it had to be. All right, now we're back to the tricky question, the starter. So this is why I wanted to save the... We're not even going to look at Meganium. I'm sorry. If we have any fans, it ain't it for me. However, the Typhlosion and the Feraligatr. Ooh, that's a hard choice. I think by default, I have been a fire. Like, when it comes to the three starting options, I typically pick fire. I think more often than not, my favorites are the fire starters. However, Feraligator's amazing. Feraligator is such a beast. Both of these hit so hard. I guess at this point, it's which type do you prefer? Because they're both really good at what they do. And I think both of them are single typing, yeah, so you're not going to see any dual type options. Shit fire, though. I don't know. I feel like I always chose Typhlosion, but I would argue Feraligatr has a wider move pool. It's got Ice Fang. I'm pretty sure it has Crunch. Waterfall hits like a freaking truck. Meanwhile, Typhlosion's fire through and through. You're not going to see things like... I don't think it has Crunch or anything like that. It's more of a special. Fuck. I think by default, I would lean Typhlosion. But I have to go for Feraligatr. I have to. Totodile is a little badass, too. A little crocodile full of energy. You guys remember their personalities? You remember? Cyndaquil is a little timid, a little fiery, though. But Totodile, he's all like, rah, 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 full of energy, always trying to bite things. All right, favorite gimmick form. So these are going to be our Megas, and then... No, these are just Megas, right? I don't see any Gigantamax forms. Shit, those are some Megas, though. Caesar was cool. I never really used the Mega Steelix. I never really used the Mega Heracross. Houndoom didn't hold up for me. Mega. I don't really remember using Mega Tyranitar much either. Honestly, if I'm looking at just my favorite, it might be Ampharos because we got that Dragon type. I gotta go Ampharos. Now my favorite legendary. I don't know. To be honest, since these are my options, I love these dogs, and if I only had to pick out of these, it'd probably be Suicune. But since we have all 6, including Celebi, honestly, it might be Lugia for me. Maybe I'm biased because Lugia got the movie, and it was just a fucking... Again, when it comes to, like, mystical Pokemon that have just, like, deep lore, just really, really cool. The fact that this thing lives at the bottom of the ocean, and it was really intense to get it in the game, too. It was cool climbing to the top of the bell tower, but that's not as cool as going to the bottom of the ocean with your Pokemon. Like, how old were you, 11 years old? Going down to that ice cavern to fight this massive sea monster? I have a fear of the deep ocean, so I don't know if I would have been okay doing that at that age, but out of all these, I think it's gotta be Lugia. The song has restored my strength. Ho-Oh resurrected the legendary dogs. It did. It did. All right, so now I have to pick a favorite out of everybody that we picked so far. It's not going to be Miltank. I'll tell you that right now. Houndoom, sick. Azumarill, sick. Bellossom. Ampharos got the love in there twice, only because that Megaform saw it in there. Delibird, I don't know how it made the cut, but it did. Heracross is sick. I love Crobat. Donphan's great. Skarmory's great. Espeon is amazing. I love these two. Misdreavus and Kingdra, like, come on. Misdreavus, literally the only Pokemon. By default, this can't win. It can't even be allowed. I should have just left the box blank. Although, again, if we had other dragons to choose from, Kingdra's still really, really fucking sick. So, might be one of my favorites. Might be up there. Umbreon, though, amazing. Steelix, cool. Togepi, you just made the cut. Feraligatr, great. I love that Ampharos. And then Lugia. But who is my favorite Gen 2 out of all of these? Honestly, if you gave me this bucket and I didn't know that these were my favorites at this time, I think our money would go to our boy Tyranitar. I don't think that anybody else has the right to say that they win over Tyranitar. In my heart. In my heart. I don't think Tyranitar can be beaten by any of these Pokemon. As far as like a personal favorite, and Tyranitar to this day holds up. These bottom ones you probably couldn't see because my camera was taken out. I probably wouldn't have picked any of these. Really, any of them. Tyranitar is squeezed right in the middle too. How great is that? Okay. Okay, that's it. As a quick recap, let's take a look at what we got. We'll just scroll through. So these are my choices for Gen 1 and Gen 2. I gotta say, I feel like this is accurate to who I am as a Pokemon trainer. I mean, I talked through all of this. It was a bunch of rambling, I'm sure. You can agree. I gave my 2 cents on all of these. Thank you guys for making it this far into the YouTube video. If you guys are excited to see me continue fill out this table, don't be afraid to join the Discord, because that's where I'm posting any of my stream schedules. Discord is always going to be in our video descriptions below in case you guys need a link to join. It's open if you guys want to join the community, but as always, thank you guys for making it this far into the video, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, my friends, adios!